Good morning. This is Todd Zarwell. I'm the developer of iDock.com, and I've been doing that for you guys and gals for the last 20 years. And I wanted to show you some new features I've added to the medication searches. These are things that are present on the desktop, but I thought I'd show you how to use some of these things on the iPad because I've been putting tons of effort into making iDock really flexible to work on mobile devices, including phones, iPads, and of course, it looks really great on the desktop, as you can see. So on the desktop, real quick, I'll just kind of show you this feature I've just added. So you can look at the medications in cards like this, which is really pretty, or if you want more data, you can switch over to list format. And then there's a bunch of filters here. But I'm going to concentrate on the iPad today. So let me switch over to the iPad. And first of all, I'm going to talk about medications mostly, but the iPad's really great for contact lenses too. So, for example, if I want to search for a contact lens and I want my refraction, we'll say -8, -2, axis 157. Click Find Contacts. It will vertex that. If it was in +sil, it'll transpose it. It'll find reasonable options. And then if we want to see the details of any of these, we can click into it. I'll click on the Oasis for Astigmatism, and it can look at the powers that it comes in. But today, like I said, I want to look at medications. So I'm going to click Medications, go to the Medications tab, and we get popular medications right off the bat. So if I want to look for something, let's say I want to look for Genteel. I'll just type in Genteel. And I can either pick from the options there, or I can just hit return. It'll show me all the drops that have the word Genteel in them. And again, these are listed in card format, but I can switch it to a list format if I want to, and see what my options are there. So then from here I can go to more filters. I can say I'm really looking for a gel, so it'll just filter out all the drops. And I forget if there's an ointment. Oh, there is an ointment, so there's an ointment option too. And this database is really comprehensive. It has all the over-the-counter products that are in the FDA databases, all the prescription products, even homeopathic. So, sometimes people will come in and say, I'm taking similacin drops, and I think, well, what similacin drops are there? So I can just start typing in similacin, hit the Similacin Corporation, and it'll show me the different similacin drops. And I'm going to switch over to the card view again here. And I can look at the details for any of these drops and see what is in here. And I can look at the package inserts. And I wanted to have full package inserts. In the past I would copy and paste information from sources into iDock, and it just wasn't feasible to keep doing that. For one, and for two, it sometimes resulted in mistakes, and I wanted this to be full FDA listings and information. So then we also have our categories button at the top, so I can hit antibiotic, steroid, for example, or let me just go to pure antibiotics, and here's our options. I can switch this to list format again. And if I go to these filters, let's say I have a 5-year-old in my chair, I can just click, that's 5 months, which is okay too, but I said 5 years. 5-year-old in my chair. It will filter out the medications that are approved for that age. And let's say I'm really hoping for a quinolone. I can type quinolone and get all the quinolone options. And lastly, let's say I want something that is available in a generic. I can just hit the generic button, and let's see if we do have some options there: ofloxacin, ciprofloxacin, gadafloxacin. So we have all of our options there that would probably be reasonably priced for this patient and appropriate. So I just recommend when you choose a medication, that you go into the listing and actually look at the package insert and just make sure that it's the right medication for you. That's always the smart thing to do. Let's just do one more. Let's go to, why don't we say glaucoma drops. And let's say in this case we want um, let's say we want a prostaglandin analog. And let's say I want something preservative-free. Let's see if there's any options there. Okay, Ziaptan's an option, so click into that. We'll look at the listing. Might be a pricey drug. Doesn't look like there's any generic equivalent to this particular one, but that might be a good choice for my patient. So anyway, that's how you use EyeDock on an iPad. I'm actually using a really old iPad because my kids are, it's Saturday morning and my kids are playing with my newer ones. But that's actually what you might have in your office, an older iPad that you just kind of use as a reference resource. And I think EyeDock would be a great supplement to your practice. And by the way, all these features I showed you, they're free features. There are some premium content features on EyeDock that I think you would love too. I won't go into details about that, but if you really like what you're seeing, it's pretty inexpensive to subscribe to those features and support development of this website because it is a passion of mine. Like I said, I've been doing it for 20 years, nights, weekends, and vacations, and I love it. But at the same time, it's very taxing. So any help is always very appreciated. Thank you, and give me an email if you have any questions. Goodbye.